In today's episode, I'm going to be talking with you about financial confidence. I believe that financial confidence is the most important component to financial success, to wealth building, to making great financial decisions. It all starts with financial confidence. I find that without financial confidence, you're so much less likely to put your hat in the ring for that promotion or ask for a raise or take advantage of the financial opportunities that are presented to you, or just take full ownership of your life and feel empowered. So this episode is going to walk you through how to start to develop a stronger sense of financial confidence. Everything that I cover in this episode are actionable steps that you can get started on as soon as today to start to develop a stronger sense of confidence in your life. All right, so let's get started. Hello, and for those of you that don't know me, I am Whitney Morrison, and I help individuals create financial freedom without restrictive money plans. So if you're ready to change your relationship with money so you actually build wealth, hit subscribe below and let's make this happen. You can also follow along via the Holistic Money Podcast, which you'll find in the description below. As I mentioned earlier, financial confidence is your belief in your money-related abilities. It helps you take control of your financial situation and helps you increase the chances that you're going to be able to achieve your financial goals. The first thing that you need to do in order to feel more confident with money is to bring a higher level of awareness around the way that you are talking about money and the way that you are specifically talking about yourself with money. Because the way that you're talking about these two things is a reflection of your internal belief systems about money. And if you find yourself saying things like, oh, I'm just not that good with money, or I've never really been a money person, or it is hard to make more money, any of these things, if you find yourself consistently speaking in limiting ways about money and yourself, that can highly impact and highly reflect your confidence with money. In order to feel more confident with money, you will have to challenge some of the internal belief systems that you've held on to about money for a very, very long time. And these internal belief systems, they were shaped by your specific experiences. So we don't want to invalidate these experiences because they're real and they impacted you, but we do want to question them and challenge them and ask ourselves, is there a different way that I can see this that positions myself and money in a more abundant and even a more positive light? Because if you are always surrounded with people that are talking negatively about money, negatively about themselves with money, then you are very likely to absorb those thought patterns and that way of existing with money. Financial confidence, it does come from foundational core beliefs about money and yourself that feel empowering. Thoughts like, I'm great with money and I can always figure it out, and I trust myself with money, and there is so much money out there available. And if I want to make more money, I just need to provide more value, and I am incredibly valuable. And there's a lot of different ways that I can offer value to other people to make more money. These are all shifts in the way that most people choose to think and talk about money. And if you want to be confident with money, you're going to have to start to explore how these shifts actually are true for you too, how you actually can see that as a possibility of, yes, that could be true about this world that I live in. That could be true for me and my life and what's available to me and what's possible for me. And for some of you, this may not come very naturally. You may have had plenty of evidence and experience that suggests quite the contrary. But in order for you to start to experience money differently, we just want to start to challenge them simply by questioning their validity and also just starting to say, what else could be possible for me? The next thing that you need to do in order to feel more confident with money is to get a foundational understanding of money. There is financial education out there that all of you need to have around money that will help you feel so much more confident simply because you understand what the frick is happening with money. We did not come out of our mother's wombs understanding how money works. And a lot of you didn't even talk about money with your family. I know that I didn't learn any personal finance concepts from my parents, and they didn't teach this stuff in high school or college. I really had to learn everything about money through my first job as a financial advisor. Here are the key concepts that I think everyone needs to understand about money. First and foremost, you need to understand debt. You need to understand how debt works, and you need to understand the interest rate, the cost of debt, and how that compares to the return of the item or the thing that you were choosing to purchase with debt. If you haven't already, check out my episode on how to use debt like a rich person. Not only do I cover the basics of debt, but I also teach you the 3 ways that you can use debt and even how you can use debt to build wealth. It's a great episode. Make sure to check it out. The next financial education that everyone needs is money management skills. And this is so that you can not only just take care of your life today, but also start to build a life for yourself in the future. When you learn more about how to manage your money, you'll start to understand how much money you want to be spending on your present day expenses versus how much you want to be saving and investing for your future. For the longest time, I had zero plan and zero intention for my money, and I would just spend on whatever I felt like in the moment. And that really only got me so far because number one, I never felt safe and secure financially. I always felt like if an emergency came up or a big expense or a trip I wanted to go on, I never had the money to actually do it. So that's one reason why money management became something that I began to prioritize. And number two, because I started to learn about this concept of financial freedom, which is not having to go to work every day and trade my time for money, but instead strategically using my money to build investments that make me money so I don't have to go trade my personal time for money. And for me, learning that blew my mind because it really was the path forward and the motivation for me to start engaging with my money differently and to start having a plan and intention and purpose with my money to not only just get what I want in the moment, but to actually build a future for myself that makes me so excited. If you haven't already, make sure to download my free money map training. In this training, I teach you the money management system that I use in my personal life, a system that I've taught to so many of my clients, and also I teach in my holistic money program. It's really going to help you understand how much money you want to be spending on your lifestyle versus savings and investing. And it does it so simply and so easily, way easier than budgeting. I promise. That's why I designed this system so that you can have a plan for your money and then easily maintain it and keep up with it over time. So you definitely want to check this training out. You're going to learn so much about money and simple money management. The final thing that I think all of you need to have some basic financial education around is investing, because once you learn about investing, you're going to want to get started immediately. There are 3 main asset classes that you can invest in. There is stock market investing, real estate investing, and then investing in business. There's also some alternative asset classes like crypto and art and collectibles and land, but you want to start to understand the investment landscape so you can start to understand where you want to invest your money. I think when you're first starting out, just start small, one bite at a time. And I think you should start with looking at stock market investing. It has the lowest barrier to entry. You can go online, set up an investment account in less than 5 minutes and turn on contributions with as little as $20 and get started investing today. If you know you're someone who is in need of some basic financial education, do not worry, because I know it is difficult to come across very simple and easy education that gets you where you need to go. But the Holistic Money Program, which is my signature money program, is a wonderful place to come and start to learn the financial basics that you need to know in order to build financial confidence. You can get on the waitlist at www.holisticmoneycourse.com. The next cohort opens for enrollment at the end of June. The third thing that you can do to start to feel more confident with money is to start asking questions about money or any financial related concept that you don't understand. This is going to do 2 things for you. Number one, it's going to get you more comfortable talking about money. Oftentimes, we don't ask the questions that we want to ask about money or these financial concepts simply because we don't want to sound stupid or say the wrong thing or have someone else understand that we don't know what we're talking about. And so often we will just hold on to our money questions because we feel ashamed, or sometimes we don't even really know how to ask the specific question that we're trying to ask. When you start to ask more questions about money, you're going to start to practice talking about money more often, and you're going to hear other people talking about money, and you're going to get just more comfortable and confident being in conversation about money. If you need this permission, let me give it to you right now. There are no dumb money questions. It takes courage and confidence to talk about money and ask questions about money. And if you're in a position where you know you don't fully understand something, then you can just simply say, hey, can you explain to me how X, Y, and Z works? Or can you give me a little bit more information about X, Y, and Z? I'm just not fully understanding what you're saying. And this is going to give someone else the opportunity to re-explain things to you and continue asking until your brain experiences finances a little bit of clarity, because as you start to get more clear, your financial confidence is going to increase. And I always believe that, especially if I am working with financial professionals, that it's their job to explain money to me simply and clearly. So if you're at an auto dealership or working with an investment person or talking to anyone about money that's helping you, do not feel shy to ask questions. Or even if you're out and about in a group of your friends and somebody's talking about something as it relates to money, make sure to ask all of the questions that you want to ask, because it's going to help you feel more confident talking about money, and it's going to help you increase your understanding of money. The fourth thing that will help all of you feel so much more confident with your money is having a deeper awareness of your numbers. And what I mean by your numbers is your net worth, your credit score, how much your lifestyle costs, how much debt that you have, how much you have invested, what the interest rate is on any loans or any credit cards that you have. This may seem like a lot of financial information to know about yourself, but the more you know, the more opportunities you're going to be able to identify for yourself moving forward. So if it feels like a confronting experience to go in and look at all of these numbers, I want you to start to practice a sense of curiosity as it relates to your money. I say this in a lot of my podcast episodes, and I'm going to say it again. Wherever your financial starting point today is perfect. Doesn't matter if you're in six figures of debt or if you're a multimillionaire, you are starting at some point today, and you have one of two options for yourself. You can sit here and be upset about it and think you should be further along, or you can say, okay, this is where I'm starting today. I've learned so much from my past, and now I'm going to start to make the decisions that are going to get me where I want to go in the future. But you won't be able to do that if you spend a lot of time judging and avoiding where you are today. Even if you are not in a quote unquote challenging or confronting financial situation, you still need to know your numbers. I know a lot of people that will accumulate money in their investment accounts and their savings accounts and have no idea just how much money they have. The reason why you want to start to know and track these things for yourself over time is it helps you identify future opportunities for yourself. It puts you on the lookout to understand, okay, this is where I'm starting and this is where I'm heading, and this is the path that I think I can really get there. If you haven't already, I want you to listen to my 5 stages of wealth building, because you'll really start to identify, given your numbers and your financial situation, which wealth building stage that you're in. And it's going to help you start to look forward to where you want to go financially. When you don't know your numbers and you aren't very familiar with your financial starting place, it can sometimes just feel like you're floating in the ethers and you don't really know what is up and what is down, and you don't really feel as grounded with your money. So really knowing your numbers, regardless of your financial starting point, is a huge boost in your financial confidence. All right, y'all, that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you found some useful tips for you to start to grow your financial confidence. Once again, it is the most important ingredient to your financial success, hands down. If you like this episode, please let me know. Leave me a review. If you have any questions about how to build your financial confidence, you can also leave a comment below. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you in the next episode.